Hello everyone, welcome back to another banner reaction. I'm DTM as always, and we have with us a very special banner. That's right, we have the 4th Emblem Hero that we're expecting to be released with this trailer. And yeah, it's super exciting to see what they do because all of them have been very impactful so far, I would say. Yeah, we are expecting the next Emblem Hero to be blue. So that brings in mind, units like Sigurd, maybe even Lyn. There's not a lot of blues, honestly, to choose from. So those are like my two main ones that I'm thinking of. If it's Sigurd, it'll be super funny as it'll be like all in order except for Ike specifically. So yeah. But yeah, let's get into this. As always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support our channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but truly does help us channel a lot. And I really do appreciate all the constant support. All right, who's it going to be? Let's see if I can get it. Wait, that's I think it's Sigurd. Yep. I was like, wait, this sounds like the genealogy music. Okay, it's Sigurd. I mean, this was to be expecting, honestly. It's funny. It's all in order, except literally Ike. Okay, so it appears that there's some extra movement thing. Override. I see Canto 3. We have momentum and effect. Okay, it seems to enable Canto and movement, extra movement, from what I can see. That's what. Which, like, is sort of to be expected. That's what we sort of thought. Ooh.
Ready to go.
Seems like he also can apply Gale Force. And has like a AoE pre-charge, it seems. That's gonna be super spicy for Gale Force.
I'm so grateful.
Okay, that combat versus Mur is not that great, honestly. Okay, got the Fatal Smoke, it seems. Yeah, he does have Fatal Smoke. Yeah, we do know that Sigurd can engage with other units. They get powered up. And yeah, enables Canto X. Seems... Okay, that's really weird. Seems like it's dependent on whether you're melee or range. And it seems like you get like extra movement. At least from what I can quickly read. Yeah. Enabling the Canto will be really, really good. And yeah, we have our standard units here. Blue is really, really stacked, as you'll see. Like, we do have Lumera. We also have Celica, which is obviously super good. That's double emblems on that banner. We also have a tuned Micaiah with the two, with Sather and Hather. That's interesting. But yeah, Sigurd was sort of expected. Again, it's super funny that all of them are so far in order, except for literally just Ike, who's like the one person out of order. I wonder if that means like next we'll get Leaf. Maybe. Right? I wonder if Leaf will be bad, just like in his game. Alright, let's see, Alright, let's actually take a look at these skills then. Because there was a lot of text that I had to like quickly read.
With me at your side. Leave it to me.
But yeah, let's see this. Alright, so we start with Holy War Spear. Enables Canto 3, we have Slaying. At start of turn, grants Gallop to unit. Okay. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to units all stats equals to 5 plus the number of foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit times 3 max 14, so plus 14 to all stats max basically. Deals damage equals to 20% of units defense, excluding AoEs, and reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50%. So we have DR halving and restores 7 HP. I see. And then Gallop is unit can move 2 extra spaces. That turn only highest value applied does not stack. Okay, so Sigurd himself can move 2 extra spaces. So this is interesting because normally most units, the max range is 5, basically. That is like ranged cavalry and melee calves with extra movement. Now, obviously, ranged calves could get extra movement and get effectively 6 range, but that is relatively rare outside of like Nina and Kagero. Celica, Emblem Celica, technically also have 6 range due to how her things work. And so Sigurd will be joining, I guess, that in having 6 range. And the interesting thing about this is implemented as a status effect. So it could be taken away by things like Thor and Loki, but it also could be stolen by, or not stole, but shared by Brave Chrom. Brave Chrom could also get 6 movement. Brave Chrom continues to get better. Okay, the one downside to that obviously is that they're both blue, so there's like sort of weapon overlap. But yeah, that is something that you could definitely do. And we are sort of in like a melee nuking a renaissance, especially in something like Summer's Duels. And so I can definitely see this being very, very useful. All right, and we have what looks to be a perf special, I think. Override. At least I think this is a perf special. They've all been perf specials so far. If unit special is ready before combat, this unit initiates foes in area near target, takes damage equals to 1.5 times units attack minus foes defense. So you have, okay, so there's like the AoE there. If it is ready before the combat, if you initiate, then yeah, you do the AoE. When unit deals damage to 2 or more foes at the same time using a special, including the target, including foes dealt 0 damage, grants another action to unit after combat. Okay, so if you do damage with this AoE to at least 2 units, including the target, you get a Gale Force effect, effectively. That's going to be very good for Gale Force. Oh my gosh, that's actually really exciting. If unit or foe special is ready or triggered before or during this combat, reduces damage from foe's next attack by 40% during combat once per combat. Okay, and then we have like an Armored Blaze-ish effect, basically. Okay. Do we have like? I guess they showed it off a little bit in the trailer. I wonder like what's like the shape of it. Is it like blazing wind, blazing light, blazing flame, blazing thunder? I probably should have looked at that before. Actually, did they show this before? I guess they did. Okay, that seems to be like a pretty big square, honestly. Yeah, it seems to be like a square shape from what I can see. So that's actually a really big range. It's similar to like the growing, except having the specials. I guess that's what perf specials do for you. But yeah, so yeah, it's most likely the case where that you're going to get AoE'd and get the Gale Force proc. And I could see this being very, very strong. Not only in Gale Force, but in something like Summer's Duels, potentially. All right. We also have Attack, Defense, Excel, and our new B skill, Momentum. Again, keeping in the theme, this has sort of been a trend. Momentum 4. If unit or foe initiates combat after moving to a different space, okay, so you have to move to like have this effect be active. Inflicts attack defense -4 on foe. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Not NFU, interesting. And deals damage during combat equals to the number of spaces from start position to end position of whoever initiates combat times 4, max 20. Okay, so you get true damage, basically, depending on how far you move, up to 20. If unit initiates combat after moving to a different space, triggers the following effect depending on unit's equipped special. If unit has an area of effect special equipped, grant special cooldown count minus X to unit before special triggers, before combat, excluding rocker sieges. Okay, so if you have an AoE, you can pre-charge the AoE before the special triggers before combat. So that's basically like a special jump for AoEs. That's really cool, actually. What? If unit has a special that triggers when unit attacks, so an offensive special, grant special cooldown count minus X to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Okay, and then you just have regular special jump, I guess, if you have an offensive special. If number of spaces from start position to end position is greater than or equal to 3, X equals 2. Otherwise, X equals 1. Okay, so normally it's going to be X equals 1 unless you can move 3 spaces, in which case it will be X. So basically, either just calves or infantries with extra movement can get the 2. Otherwise, it will just be 1 special jump. Okay. Okay, so my immediate thought about this is that Alphonse could use this pretty well, because one of the weaknesses of Alphonse right now is that he doesn't have a guaranteed follow-up attack, and he's really weak to Scowl because he's super reliant on his special proccing. And so this skill has a guaranteed follow-up attack and does have a special jump, and if you can get it to 3 movement, it's special jump 2, which can theoretically override a lot of the Scowl effects, as long as they're not like stacking it a bunch, obviously. So that's really cool. I forget how like the Scowl interaction works with special jump. I forget if Scowl is before or after special jump takes in effect. If Scowl takes into effect after, then this doesn't really do anything. I can't recall on the top of my head, unfortunately, so I do apologize. I'm sure someone in the comments will let us know. But regardless, I do think this is a really good skill for Alphonse either way, because of the providing guaranteed follow-up attack and the true damage based off of the distance you move. And yeah, special jump is just good. And I would be very curious to see what the inheritance restrictions are. Like, can flyers run this? If flyers can run this, this will be really, really good. Is it locked to calves? Is it locked to melee, or can ranged units? Like, the world needs to know, basically. So yeah, I really want to see what this who can inherit this, because depending on who can, there could be some very, very good combinations with this skill. And yeah, that's going to be very, very exciting. All right, what's the emblem effect? Enhanced Engage Special. Boost special damage by number of spaces from start position to end position of whoever initiates combat. Max 4 times 2, so you have a max 8 extra damage, depending on how far you move. Probably not that much, but you know, a little more damage doesn't hurt. We have Enables Canto X. If unit's range equals to 1, X equals 3. Otherwise, X equals 2. Okay, so basically, this gives Canto 3 to melee units, and Canto 2 to ranged units. That is really, really good. Canto is extremely strong, especially in something like Summoner's Duels, where Canto 1 is just super good. So being able to put Canto on is just really, really good. Now, obviously, you do have to be careful of Canto control, and Canto control is very prominent. This doesn't override Canto control at all. Canto control doesn't matter about the range or about how much Canto you have. It just says if you're melee, your Canto gets to 1. If you're ranged, then you have no Canto. And so Canto control definitely like overrides all of this, but still, like, this is really, really good. At start of turn, grants unit can move 1 extra space to unit for 1 turn. Does not stat. Excludes cavalry, which range equals to 2. Okay, I guess that's fair. Okay, so this is similar to Celica in that only Sigurd gets the enhanced extra movement of being able to have 6 range. Because Celica also has 6 range, but the ring only gives out 5 range warping. Here, this is similar. Sigurd himself is 6 range, but he only gives out a max 5 range to units. So yeah, it is similar in that case. Obviously, like, calves definitely will use this really, really well. And like infantry ranged units. Infantry melee units, they already have options like the Tempest skills, the new one that we just recently got. But if the Celica, or like Celica Ring, theoretically, honestly, I don't think the extra range is the thing that's the most interesting thing about this, because something can be done similar to Celica Ring. But like, I think just having Canto on an emblem ring is really, really strong, even with Canto control just out there. Yeah, and obviously, like, you can have if you already have extra move, you can put this onto somewhere else. There's just a lot of applications that this could be done with. Yeah. Yeah. Who do I think would best use this? Obviously, melee calves, I think, will immediately benefit from this. One of the weaknesses about Reagan that people are talking about is that she doesn't have extra movement, and so you can just give this to Reagan and fix that problem. I don't know. I don't think this is a status. No, it is a status. Okay, at start of turn grants. Okay, so this is a status, and it can be copied by Brave Chrom. We also have to be careful because it can be affected by Stall and can be taken away by Thor and Loki, as always. So that is something to keep in mind. But yeah, like, I think the biggest winner of this is Chrom. Brave Chrom, basically. Because not only can Brave Chrom steal Gallop from Sigurd now and share in his 6 rangeness, but like, he can like take advantage of all the new cavalry units that can have extra movement, besides range cavalry, of course. So yeah, I think the best users of this will be range infantry or flyers and melee calves. Obviously, melee infantry could work too, but I think they're better served by the Celica Ring or with Tempest. And obviously, range calves unfortunately can't use this. RIP. But yeah, I think that will be my prediction. And I do expect to see this on Cavline teams in SDR and SDS. Depending on how the maps go, obviously, it could be like that a map isn't as suitable to Cavs, and so this won't be impactful. But I do think this will be pretty impactful to SD. I will say the one thing that like sort of makes this interesting is that we have had a lot of ways to give extra movement already from like iGreen and like even back then with Chloe or Hinoka. This is the first time that we can do it to cavalry units. Only melee calves, of course. So I think that is where that's the biggest impact will be. We will probably see a lot of new calves get revitalized potentially because of this. And obviously, I think the Canto is probably the one that I'm most excited for. It is a lot of Canto, and even if there is a bunch of Canto control out there, I do think that this will be pretty strong. But yeah. We did expect like extra movement and I guess Canto. I was expecting Canto 1, but this was a lot more Canto than I thought they would give. Although I guess like I just thought that we had Canto control, I guess. Yeah, it looks like to be a square, it seems. Like a 3x3 square in front of Sigurd. Actually, is that what Override? No, Override was just like a straight line, right? I actually don't remember. Again, that damage does not look good on Mur, but it's fine. It's fine. I wonder how this faces off against Hathran. Ooh, I actually don't know about that, actually.
Of course.
And yeah, we can see the Emblem Ring effect here.
Long have I waited.
Very nice. And yeah, we can see the 3 Canto because Lumera is melee. That is in reference to, I think, Chapter 2 of Engage. Yeah. All right, we have the banner with us right now. All right, so let's take a look at this banner. So blue, we have Sigurd, Celica, and Lumera. Obviously, that is a pretty good share, even if Celica doesn't have the greatest of fodder compared to like Potent or Legu's friend. Like Resonance is still pretty decent. And Lumera is a light mythic. It actually makes sense now that Lumera is here. It's like thematic from Engage. So yeah, blue is a really good share. And obviously, like Celica, the more merges you get, the more stats you get on the ring. In red, we have Legendary Yuri, Emblem Marth, and Hinoka. So I believe Yuri and Hinoka have different seasons. So you can like, I think actually, wait. I don't actually remember. I mean, okay, hold on. Let me check. What season is Hinoka? Because I know like I think Legendary Yuri is Wind, right? Yeah. Wind, and Hinoka is Fire. So yeah, those are different. Those are in different seasons, so you can work on your, arena core thanks to that. And obviously getting more Potent and more Marth is also really good. Yuri and Hinoka aren't the best legendaries right now. But as I've said, like, you don't choose legendaries, the legendaries choose you. On green, we have Haether, Sather, and Attune Micaiah. Now, this is actually also a really good share. If you are like just starting out on your Astra journey and Aetherates, you can get like 2 Astra Mythics sharing, which is really, really nice, and Attune Micaiah herself. Not only is she a good fodder factory, she's also an insane unit as well. Most used unit in SD right now. And in colorless, we have Fallen Veil, Golveg, and Guinevere. Okay, so that's not that good of a share, if I'm going to be completely honest. I would avoid colorless like the plague. Like green is pretty good, red is okay, but blue is obviously where the star is, and yeah, obviously that's because Sigurd is here. So yeah, very, very cool. And yeah, this is going to be lasting for 2 weeks, and yeah, I guess I mean, I have summoned all the emblems, so I guess I will continue summoning for them. I don't know if this is something that I particularly need with my teams right now, because we have gotten extra movement from other sources before, right? From things like from iGreen, from Hinoka. The main thing I think is like this also gives it to Cavs, and like infantry range and flyer range outside of those teams. So that's really cool. And of course, like just giving out Canto is really, really nice. So I think that's where the main value will lie. Obviously, this is just based off initial impressions. So do take everything that I say with a grain of salt. We do need to get these in the game and test them out. But judging from previous emblems, I do think this will be relatively good, at the very least, strong even. So yeah, can't wait to see how people cook with this, and yeah, super excited to see what units folks use this on. And yeah, let me know down in the comments which unit you're most excited to give the Sigurd ring to, if you're going to be summoning or not. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but truly does help the channel out. I really do appreciate all the support. And yeah, big shout out to all the members of the channel. Really, really do appreciate it. Obviously, you don't have to be a member if you don't want to, but I am eternally grateful for your support and wouldn't be here where I am without you. And yeah, hope you all have an amazing rest of the day, and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.